And now in news that will certainly make the markets happy, the world's two biggest economies embroiled in a massive trade war have now made a major breakthrough. According to the White House, the United States and China have reached an agreement after extensive talks in Geneva that were aimed at avoiding a further tariff escalation and easing strained global supply chains. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called the negotiations productive and constructive, while the Chinese Vice Premier described them as candid.
The two sides held in-depth exchanges on trade and economic issues of respective concern. The atmosphere of the meeting was candid, in-depth, and constructive. The meeting achieved substantial progress and reached important consensus.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to report that we made substantial progress between the United States and China in these very important trade talks. First, I want to thank our Swiss host. The Swiss government has been very kind in providing us this wonderful venue.
Now, this was the first time senior officials from both China and the United States came face to face since President Trump returned to the White House. And according to a joint statement, both countries have agreed to a 90-day pause in the tariff war and slashed their import tariffs by 115%.
We have reached an agreement on a 90-day pause and substantially moved down the tariff levels. Both sides on the reciprocal tariffs will move their tariffs down 115%. We had very robust discussions. Both sides showed great respect. We've identified 5 or 6 strategic industries and supply chain vulnerabilities, and we will continue moving toward U.S. independence or reliable supplies from allies on those. But the consensus from both delegations this weekend is neither side wants a decoupling. We do want trade. We want more balanced trade.
Now, the Geneva Agreement is a major step towards de-escalation in a tit-for-tat that has rattled global commerce, triggered massive market sell-offs, and sparked fears of an economic slowdown. In fact, it all began back in February when U.S. imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods, prompting immediate retaliation from Beijing. And by early April, President Trump's tariffs on China had reached a whopping 145%. With some Chinese products facing as much as a 245% tax. In response, China slapped 125% tariffs on all U.S. goods. And now there was even more confusion over which side made the first move towards the Geneva talks. While China claimed it was the United States who initiated the call, President Trump firmly denied it, not wanting to appear as the one who blinked first. And with nearly $700 billion worth of goods moving between the U.S. and China every year, the stakes could not be higher. The Geneva Pact may not resolve all differences, but certainly it is a positive step towards stabilizing one of the world's most fragile economic relationships.